though. So jumping right in, right? We got the burning question. Well, obviously nothing's burning around here, right? Yeah. So shout out to that. But we got a hot one today. We do. So jumping right in.
All right.
You don't have to you don't have to go too deep, but this is a loaded question, though. So,
Okay.
Burning question again. How will the future of food be shaped by technology and sustainability? Let me ask that again. I don't know if that was smooth, right? Okay. How will the future of food be shaped by technology and sustainability?
That's a good one. That's a good one. With the rise of the focus on food technology and sustainability, right? I think long term there'll be a lot more benefits, right? It's like just as far as the food technology, a lot of that, even the sustainability processes, right, are a lot more expensive. So I think that actually might be contributing to all of the increases that we're seeing in pricing, and things of that nature, right?
Right.
It's gonna cost now so that it can save us later, right?
Very true.
Just different things. How there's like companies are composting and stuff, which is great because there's some things that you grow like quinoa. You plant that, the soil's done after that. You can't use the soil anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Man,
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so something like that, is definitely great, right? Things as far as the food technology goes, the AI being incorporated into the inspection processes, right? A lot of automation going on. So all of that again on that front end is expensive. So we're seeing the short term early effects of that, right? But as far as what's to come, I think it's going to be a bright future. I think there's some of the stuff is going to be met with some pushback, such as like the lab created meats, and even when you get into like the breakdown of things like that, like the lab created meat is technically still meat, right? Because it is made from animal cells, but it's not natural. So it's depending on, what matters more to each individual is what it's going to be. I think there's going to be some resistance in some areas. It's definitely going to affect the workforce, right? But just as far as food goes, I think it's just going to make food insecurity not such a prevalent issue.
Okay.
And I think that it's just eventually going to lead to lower costs because everything's going to be more sustainable. There's going to be less waste. There's going to be more efficient processes, right? So I think just long term, it will be something that's going to be great for society as a whole.
Absolutely, and I agree with the majority of those points, right? I think just not to kind of piggyback too hard, right? But in terms of like the technology, it could just help in terms of in the future, how you said, right? Food insecurity, food scarcity, right?
Yeah.
As whatever's going on in the agricultural world.
Absolutely.
If production's down, or whatever, there's a bad year with the crops, the weather's bad, etc. What do you lean on, right? We still need food to survive, right? In that way, you can see kind of technology kind of stepping in and kind of lifting it up in that standpoint. Sustainability is always huge, right? You always want to see how these larger companies and how some of the smaller companies and the farmers are figuring out a way to really help save the planet, right, through sustainability. Some of the ways are some of the packaging, right? You want to do net carbon zero. You want to make sure you're using recyclable packaging, right? You also want to make sure you're doing, if you're in the agricultural space, you want to try to start doing the regenerative farming, right? So you want to be reusing the soil, using some of the waste that's compost, right, and then putting it back into the ground. So do your research on regenerative agriculture, right? Regenerative planting and growing. It's definitely a phenomenon, and if we can start it on an individual basis, we can help save the world, though. So it starts with us. If you could be the change you want to see, ultimately, you feel me? And I don't want to get too boring,